Hey guys, this is Winglish, or W-English, whichever one you want to go with.
And it's Joker.
And this is another episode of Exploring ITS. This is number
4.
And today we're doing Frontline, and we chose Frontline because it's the next one in alphabetical order. I know you think we're creative guys by the videos we put out sometimes, but we're not. We just go down the line. Now, the mission today, Frontline, is there's 3 sectors, and they're 8 inches wide and across the board, right?
Correct.
And we actually don't get to check those until the end of the game. So we're going to be kind of fighting for control, and I'm going to want the farthest sector because that's worth the most points, right?
Basically, it's going to come out, the end of the game is going to be determined like a high school playoff game that is a tie in the state of Georgia would be. It's all about penetration, man. It's how deep can you get and how deep are you holding it.
All right. But you can go over.
You can go over.
You can go over. As in, there is a point where if you get too far into their like deployment, you're not going
to get any points for that.
Okay. And I brought an interesting list today. I've used a similar one before, but it has a few units I've never used before because I'm using 2 CSUs. And I rolled pretty well in metachemistry. I wasn't sure if I was supposed to roll already, but I got improved movement. And I got no wound in cap on the other one, so yeah, I'm pretty happy with that.
Not gonna be
also
fun.
brought a Squallow, so that'll be fun to see if he can take it out before we start, because he got initiative.
Yeah.
And so he's taking first turn, and I made him deploy first. So I should be okay. I don't know.
We'll see.
We'll see how much damage he can do. Besides that, we have a lot more scatter out today than usual if you want to scan the board and check it out. We have some crates, that are not crates, pallets that finally got painted up. We got some of these construction signs that kind of finally came together. We got some of these water towers from Warsenal that came in, and we just got those painted up if you want to see. We got the rust effects and stuff we put on them. So they're looking pretty sweet. And any other notes before we fight?
No, not really. I think we're ready to.
I'm ready to go today. So
hankering for destruction.
Hankering for destruction. That's the way it goes. All right. We'll see y'all after round 1.
All right. Hey, Nomads, turn 1. First thing, you might notice there's some extra little pieces on the board because we built some unit marker tokens that you could actually tell where a given unit began its activation, and we built some little arrows so that you can actually follow its path. Hopefully that will clarify some things and make it easier for y'all to see, because, well, some folks have said it's kind of hard to see, and, well, we want you to see, and we love the feedback that we get to try to make these better, and that's really what we're after.
Especially for newer people to actually see how movement works and how we got to that side of the table from this one.
Yeah.
So we figured this would be the easiest way for now as a quick fix.
So, the first thing we started with was I had a bandit in camo over here, and the bandit did a move to end up right there. Ended in a position right about here where there was an Oxbot.
There was.
The Oxbot, since it was in camo, went for an intuitive flamethrower shot, and the bandit saved the flamethrower shot.
Yes.
So, from that point...
No, actually, I failed the willpower.
You failed the willpower.
Yeah.
That's right.
There wasn't a flamethrower shot that time.
Okay.
But then...
the bandit that was right there, that was a forward observer.
Yes.
Did a step out, forward observe.
Surprise shot.
Step out, forward observe. And that's where you failed the willpower, correct?
No, I flamethrowed you that time.
You flamethrowed me that time. That time I armor saved. Okay.
Yeah. But I got targeted.
But he got targeted, which allowed for classified objective, 1 point there. Also allowed us to then take our vertigos on that was right over here. Start dropping smart shots. Kaboom. First shot put a wound on the Oxbot. Put a wound on the Oxbot, so it was still there. It was still targeted. So while it's smart and happy, we might as well take a second shot. Took out the Oxbot, so nothing is targeted anymore. but in the template we were also able to put a wound on the axilla, which
Yes.
left that corner open, allowed the bandit to move around to there,
First off, right here, actually.
right there, and there was an exchange with the Squallow.
A terrifying exchange.
Terrifying exchange with the Squallow.
As my heavy AP pistol blasted at his face, and you...
Are wearing a mask because it's a bandit, so
Mask
boing, boingy, boingy.
Clearly that's what saved you.
Yes, it's that demon mask of Rangda.
But you armor saved the first shot.
Armor saved the first shot.
Amazingly. And then, lean out.
Lean out with an adhesive gun, and I have immobilized the Squallow.
You have. And I shot you back with a combi rifle with my machinist here. May look like Bipander, but it's not. And did I score anything?
No, you didn't score anything on
you
that.
armor saved on that too.
My armor saved on that. The only problem I have right now is
I have a machinist.
you have a machinist right there, and I ran out of orders on that group. If I had one more order, then I'd have glued.
You may notice I only have 3 command tokens left. That was the group I took 2 orders from.
I really didn't see that group being the one that you would host, but smart move.
Thank you.
Good thinking there.
Thank you.
So, with that group kind of knocked down, we moved over towards the other side over
Senor
here.
Massacre's kill team.
Well, the first thing we had happen was the reaction zone tried to move from this position right here, hoping I would be able to get, because you got 6 inches of movement, I was hoping I'd be able to do a cautious move into cover here, but I wasn't. So that led to a reactions on the Sierra bot total reaction, because well, total reaction.
Total reaction!
Name drop.
Word of the day.
Everybody scream! So there were fists full of dice,
Fistful of dice and bullets flying aplenty.
and I took a wound.
I got a crit
He got a crit,
and another hit.
so that's right. There are 2 wounds.
Yeah, 2 wounds.
Doesn't matter that I didn't mark the 2 wounds because this list has no engineer. So
Now on to the...
then we had a marker move. There's just a little marker, and it's just doing a little move. And then the next thing, we're sitting here, and you see Senior Massacre and his merry
team.
band of Vatos.
And they really did not want to deal with my Sierra again.
Really
They
don't.
threw out some smoke.
Sat there looking, it's like, do I have that lane? Do I have that lane? Why does it matter if I have that lane? I have smoke. Smoke him if you got him. We dropped through there because there was just a small corridor right here that he was going to be able to see through. So I dropped smoke in it. Was able to bop his merry band up there. Now, normally, you wouldn't want to bunch up, but for right now, he's going to have to fix the Squallow for the Squallow to work, and it would still be speculative fire, and, well, I've kind of got covered there some with the little doorway in there. So the last thing we moved was we took the Brigada and tried to come around that corner, and I missed the CSU that was right there. So there was an exchange there. She has
A breaker rifle.
a breaker rifle,
Yeah.
so she was able to pop a wound on the Brigada.
Yeah. I think
And
that's where we left off.
that's where we left off. My Brigada's hanging out in the open. My Vertigo's on. My Reaction's on. Is there but not there. All in all, I think it was a good first turn. I have started to make some incursion into the board. I'm going to force him to have to do something to get his ugliest piece to be effective. Yes, you kiss your mother with that finger?
No. No.
So, we will be moving on to Pano, turn 1.
Yeah. Oceania turn 1. This new format we're having to get used to a bit, where we're actually taking notes so we can fully explain everything to you, so if you only knew how long we were taking. All right, the first thing that happened was we had to get the Squallow unglued. That's far too many points to leave, just completely hindered right here. So my Bipander, that's totally not Bipander, it's actually an engineer, broke him out of his glue. So once he got out of the glue, I started pouring orders into him, and I actually tried to launch 2 grenades from across the board right here over to here. And I'll make this easier. There was a spawn up there. And I twice missed, and then I decided I'd take another shot just because it was worth it, because I could clip all 5 of them. And the third shot actually hit. Most everybody dodged except for one. But that one got dogged, so he was no longer part of the Link team. So it was goal was
Broke the
achieved.
link, yeah.
Goal was achieved. From there, sorry, I had to go back to my note. From there, the Sierra moved from right here and moved up here, and then another order got him over here because I wanted to take out the
Mobile
Brigada that was right there in the corner that had no cover. So I unloaded, and fortunately I hit him 3 out of 4 times, and he went down. But at the same time, his prone Moran Maasai Hunter over here, right? That's what that is?
Well, there's a repeater on that board Maasai Hunter.
Okay, there's a repeater.
Which is what allowed the bandit hacker over here to gotcha.
Oh, okay. So
that's what happened.
My Sierra got gotcha, but
that
he got his
Hunter
target.
is still prone.
Yeah, so it was a little bit of a trade-off. I'm pretty happy with how it ended up, though. Then, crazy enough, my CSU that rolled the improved movement on the metachemistry chart went all the way from back here, because she became 8-4, zoomed up the field to here, double move, zoomed up the field to here, and then on the third order came around back and put a boarding shotgun into the back line of how many?
It was a 5-man link. Well, it was a 4-man link with a dog, the guy.
And I was able to clip everybody but the last guy. So that was probably my play of the game. I don't think I'll pull something that cool again. 2 shots, they had to dodge. And how many did I get?
You got 3 of them.
And Senor Massacre saved the other one. So they kind of failed their dodges and took a lot of wounds and died. But Senor Massacre saved one of his he dodged one of the shots.
He dodged one of the shots.
And he's
taken a wound.
Oh, he did take the wound?
He did take a wound.
Okay, he took the wound.
But he's got regeneration, so I can regenerate him or kill him.
Gotcha. All right. Then, at the same time, the bandit over here adhesive launched my hyper quick CSU, so that's kind of a bummer, but I got more kills than really she was worth, so goal achieved there again. Second, I really wanted to get rid of, next, I really wanted to get rid of this bandit over here and his stupid adhesive launcher. So my Bulleteer moved around here with 2 orders and heavy shotgunned him. I failed. He armor saved it, right? You rolled like a 20?
Yeah.
Them D&D rolls. And since I failed to kill him, I was really tired of putting up with that, trying to get my Squallow, because my Squallow is going to be really, really, really important in taking his sector at the end of the game. So the Squallow moved over this way to get out of the way and try to get away a little bit.
He buggered off.
Oh, come on. And then the last few orders I used on my Link team over here to get my Link a little bit farther up the field and peeked my HMG around the corner and just blew away that, what was he, a Panzerfaust?
That was a Panzerfaust Jag. And he went.
Jag. So he's dogged.
He was dogged. He's not dogged now.
And I think they're in a real good defensible position. And I think next turn, when it comes back to me, I'll be able to really make some progress up the field. But that is where we stand. End of turn 1 Pano.
Hey, Nomad's turn 2. What we started with was this bandit right over here. He started from there, and he came out and he glue gunned the Bulleteer, and then wounded the mechanic. Put a wound on the mechanic, and then tried to come all the way over here and put a desperate shot on the Squallow with the hopes that we could do an adhesive launcher. And all of the shots that were taken and all of the shots that were hit and all of the things he kept saving some scary weapons. It was finally a combi rifle that wounded him, so he is unconscious. From there, pretty much, we've got limited orders. Tried to step out and do an adhesive launch shot with the intruder here. Hey, apparently that stops recording when you answer the phone. So we tried to do a step out adhesive launch with the intruder there on the Squallow because, well, my God, adhesive is just awesome.
No.
But it didn't happen. So there was sadness. The intruder went down. Then the next thing, really all we had was we had this lane here where, let me see if I can get it positioned where you can see it. Where we're doing a, put your finger, yes, a step out shot. It's not as, yes, step out shot, which allowed us to get the Squallow right there. And I had 3 orders on my Vertigo, and I needed that thing in a bad way. After 3 rounds of missiles, we were able to put 2 wounds on the Squallow.
Yep.
Did I take one? Mm-hmm. And I took one on the Vertigo. So the Vertigo is down. And that pretty much used up all of our orders. So this is not over, but this is in kind of a weird place. It's really going to come down to, at the end, how many parts do I have, how deep, who is controlling what, and he hasn't really brought much of a presence onto my side of the board yet. So we'll see how that goes. We'll be back at you. Turn 2, Pano.
Christiania turn 2. This turn went exactly as I wanted. Alright, so first things first, the Fusilier Link team moved up here and had the, I guess you'd say, Spearhead Point Man, moved up here to handle the Bandit hacker. And successfully did. I mean, 5-man Link team with an HMG handles a lot of things.
Really does.
And we handled that. And then I proceeded to run and break my paramedic off and run him across the field here, over to here. Silly? Yes. But moral victories are sometimes what counts in this game. So I succeeded the paramedic check, which, you know, is surprising in itself, and picked up my totally not Bipandra machinist. And she, amazingly enough, fixed the Squallow twice, repairing him to full functionality. And the Squallow...
Did that give you a classified objective?
Oh, snap, dog! Yes, it did.
I thought so.
Totally forgot about this. So, classified objective, because the paramedic role succeeded. I forgot about that. I forgot why I even wanted to do that. I thought about it a turn. I'm bad at this. So, my Squallow just ran. It took, I think, 2 orders to get him into position. And walk around the table and get it set. And the Squallow was like, hey, look, it's Senor Massacre, and shot him in the head. Because he realized that he can regenerate. And he was like, die, Deadpool. So, so we got him.
Maximum not today.
Maximum not today. Then I used the rest of his team's orders to shoot some speculative fire grenades over here. Because he gotcha'd my total reaction drone earlier, so screw him. And it took 2, but I got him.
He didn't gotcha him. He just provided the...
That's right. That's right.
The picture that it was done through. He
just
sat there.
I forgot. He has a repeater. He's
yes.
He's not a hacker. So 2 grenades silenced his stupid face. Then we did something, I'm sure.
We established at that point, the only thing I have left on the table is I have an intruder down here, and I have an intruder there, but still, that wouldn't have been enough to keep me from going in retreat.
Yeah, retreat will be happening in the beginning of next turn.
So, yeah.
So we'll come back around and give y'all a wrap-up, because that should be it once we calculate the zones.
Yes. All right,
so
we'll check back. Okay, so wrap up.
Yes, wrap up. I think I have all the objective points.
You have all the objective points,
yeah.
Because I really don't have a presence in any of the 3 zones. You got that Squallow down there. You got something in the mid-range. You picked up your zone, so Yeah, you got a presence in all 3 zones. We pushed on classified objectives because we both had one.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a cumulative point if you get, the 531, or if you
just take the highest, I'm not sure
it only matters in ITS where you're doing the decisive victory, whatever they call that. And we ain't doing that yet. So.
No, we're still a little new. No.
And we are the meta, so.
Yeah, we are the meta, so we're figuring it out as we go, regardless. Thoughts on Frontline?
Okay, I like Frontline. As I said before, I actually had a list built early before we decided on the scenario, and then in the process of making the tokens, I kind of got an advanced note of what he was going to bring, and I looked at my list that I'd already had, compared it with the list that he was bringing and the scenario. I thought, I could make this work because I have my favorite trick of forward observers and spotlighters with the vertigos on, and smart missiling, something that's been tagged, is, well, it's silly good fun, and it's usually good for classified objective because I'm going to take telemetry if it comes up.
Yeah.
The other thing I thought with, I needed a hacker. I got some bandits. Bandits are awesome.
Oh my god.
Bandits are awesome. And I had an adhesive launcher heavy list here, and I was able to pretty much glue up lots of things. This could have worked.
It really could have. And getting on to the reason I built my list is honestly the reason it didn't work. I brought a tag because Frontline is an objective, or is a game type where if my tag gets to the 3rd little
tier
zone of the map, his side, I'm going to have it.
Yeah.
I mean, realistically, it's a 1/3 of my army. If I get that tag in there and it survives, I have the most expensive zone.
And part of what really did it in was in that first turn when I first glued up the tag.
Yeah.
If I'd had one more order to expend in that, and I should have just burnt a command token and moved something in order to do that, then I could have put an adhesive launcher on the mechanic.
Yeah.
And
that would have been a much different game.
That would have locked down your major point scoring element and forced you to do something else. And honestly, a lot of the offensive damage you did
was, if not done by, it was initiated.
The grenade launchers were nasty.
Yeah.
Other than that,
they
just
didn't
that
do as
one
much damage as it normally did. The
No.
grenade launcher only shaved off 2 guys, really.
Right, but it did break that 5-man link, and the CSU with turbo foots.
That was unexpected.
Turbo foots.
Yeah.
12 inches of move, taking the long way around the Great Horn Spoon and giving me both barrels.
8-4 move is hard to deal with. I mean, it's metachemistry. You don't really know what you're going to get. You can't count on anything. But, you get a CSU with a boarding shotgun because it's cheap, and you just happen to roll the little fast movement. You can kind of do what you want.
Kinda.
I mean, you can put it wherever you want as long as that field's open. That's what it did. I saw the field was open, ran in behind.
That was the game-winning move.
Yes.
That turn. I mean, the play of the game, CSU.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, the rest of the time, luckily I brought my machinist. I brought it because last time he started adhesiving me, and I saw how that worked, and I was not having none of that.
That means you're going to have that mechanic in pretty much every list, because I'm going to keep glue gunning until it doesn't work at all.
Yeah, and
because there are so many things that you can do with a glue gun to shut something down that you can't reset out of, or it's
just hard to deal with if it gets you and you don't have a mechanic. Or if the mechanic's not on that side of the field, you're kind of just done. How I handled that, honestly, and you probably saw it in the game, was after he had the one in my face. There wasn't much I could do about that except try to manage him. The other ones I very directly sought out and very directly went and killed myself. There was the one over there, and I just sent a 5-man link his way because I wasn't having none of that. And the one that was behind the wall, I
didn't even realize he had a glue gun.
Yeah, I didn't know that he had one, but really once he came out, I had the advantage other than his surprise shot. Because, Spolo's got BS-15. Unless you have a lot of shots, he's going to have the advantage. So.
But at that point, it was late, and I had to shut that tag down, and that was my best option with one order to shut it down.
Yeah, 1-to-1 order, it's just a trade out that can't be.
You had to give it a shot.
Yes.
So, Armory, not Armory, Frontline. Frontline, I like it. Frontline Briggs. You know, it's going to be really interesting once we play through these scenarios, when we turn back around and give them a second go, now that we know sort of what we're doing.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to compare those two games.
I mean, Frontline was simple, too. It's simple. There's not a whole lot you got to think about other than your placement and where you want your forces to be towards the end. So you kind of have a double thing going on.
At what point in time do you make that break for the backside of the board?
Yeah, because clearly you can't make that break early on. Maybe AD troops would be kind of advantageous in this one because you could probably secure like a back corner and work your way towards the what you anticipate is going to be the zone, because you can pretty much eyeball where their zone's going to be.
I mean, you pretty much know outside of deployment.
You can kind of eyeball it to an extent. Other than that, I think it's just a relatively simple one that's fun.
I
thought it was fun.
It was fun. It's
not that I don't enjoy the ones where we have objectives all over the place where we got to kind of interface with things, but in terms of a straight up fight, this was definitely one of the better straight up fight ones, I think.
Yeah.
So.
Wrapping up, yes, there will be some more in-depth written up on this.
Yeah. And
the place where you will see where it is written up is
totalreaction.wordpress.com.
There, that's going to look cool later.
Originally, I had no idea what he was doing there, but after the first time, when words magically appear in the video, I just learned to trust his abilities. And honestly, we'll be having our write-ups there, but we'll also be, we like to go back over these videos and find out all the horrible things we did wrong. And we like to add at the bottom a little additional working title right now. I think it's just...
What we got wrong?
What we got wrong, but probably soon it's going to be like learning is fun, kids, or something along that line. So we do acknowledge that we make a lot of mistakes, and we try to make those very obvious so newer people can see what mistakes to avoid, because in the heat of it, you're going to make mistakes.
You are going to make mistakes.
And honestly,
there are elegant ways around the mistakes,
Yeah.
And the thing we do is we play through something. If we get it wrong, we fix it later.
Yeah, and if we're both not really
for
sure
later.
on a rule, like if we both are going, I think it might work like that, but I have no idea. Roll a die, pick odds or evens, and just go with it, and figure it out later. I mean, you want to play right, but you also want to not be you don't want to be a rules lawyer all day. You don't want to be mad about it, and who can be mad about an odd or an even?
Right.
I mean, that's just the
Fitty
best way.
fitty.
Yeah, why not? Anything else?
No. For right now, I think that about covers it, because they're starting to dim the lights in the house. So
They're going to kick us out. All right. Well, check out our site.
Check out the site. Check out the Facebook page. Like us on Facebook.
Yeah. Do it.
Send us money. I don't know how. Find a way. If you really want to send us money that bad, send us money. That'd be cool. I don't know. I'm panhandling digitally. Why not?
I wasn't going to say that, but people have made money in more ridiculous ways, I guess. Yeah.
If you don't want the next Batrep to have me naked in it, send us money. How about that? Would that work?
It'll be an anonymous donor, but it'll be me.
I don't care who it is.
That's vile. All right. Well,
folks.
next time, we're going to be next week, probably?
I hope so, yes.
All right. So you'll be up to pick the scenario.
It's my turn.
$10 says it'll be the next one in the alphabet.
Most likely.
And we'll see you next week then.